Hi everyone, good evening. Miki Jacobs here. Thanks for joining Angel Chat. As always, I greatly appreciate you tuning in and the emails and shows ideas and comments, specifically the one that the information help you in your life to become more of a spiritual human being. Of course, that means so much to me, so I always appreciate it. Today we're going to talk about paranormal activity. The reason I laugh because obviously that will be the real information as opposed to the Hollywood movies that I watched the other day, one of the, I don't know, 5 or 6 one day that they did. And I got sad a little bit as to how they project, the paranormal activities on people's homes that although very much exists but has nothing to do with the reality as to what Hollywood show. And besides, I do have specifically this year, 2013, for some reason, I had a lot of people that email me and request for me to come and clear the home, or they think that their house is haunted, or there's ghosts or spirits and noises of all kind of sort of noises. So they were panicking and freaking out, specifically people with kids. So therefore I decided to do a paranormal activity angel chat. So, so I'm going to try to, in a nutshell, obviously, try to sum up what's real and what is not real, and what it is that you can do if you realize that your own home have unusual noises, or if you see anything or sense anything. So I'll talk about that today. Obviously, when we arrive into planet Earth, our soul in the body, of course, for those of you that know my work, that I teach the concept of the team, meaning that each one of us have a group of spirit that considers spirit guides and guardian angel and archangels. Sometimes our departed grandparents kind of join our permanent team that never leave us. So first and foremost, of course, each one of us always have spirits around us, always, and meaning they never ever leave us. And depends as to how open we are, spiritually speaking, of course. Again, it's important to understand that they never leave us, but when we are open to spirits, when we are open to the concept that indeed we are accompanied by a lot of beings that protect and guide us, then when we are more spiritual, the channel, as you've heard me speak in previous videos, the channel or the tube that connect us with spirit, that kind of come up from the crown chakra, which is the top of the head, tend to be more open, more clear, as opposed to human beings that perhaps close to the concept of spirits or the spirit world or spirituality in general, that the tube, the channel, tend to be a little bit more clouded. So when we have that channel open, then naturally we'll be able to sense spirits, whether it is our own team or departed loved one that sometimes specifically a short time after passing, or specifically if us human beings are very hard with the grief and miss them very much or call on them very much. So all those spirits are around us in our home. So again, when the channel open, when we open to the concept, specifically when we call on them and indeed believe in their presence, then we will sense them more. And the nice thing about spirits, that the more we sense them, the more we embrace the contact, they will indeed give us more and more signs, which why a lot of time, a lot of people tell me that they hear, if there's two stories, they hear things, like as if there's things walking around or moving things, or the electricity would flick or the phone would ring, and paranormal activities. And indeed that is very much true, because the more you open, the more they would make their presence known to us. The important rule to remember, about disciplining your mind about things like that is that you always want to think positive. This is very important in spirituality, whether we talk about any spiritual concept, that if you want to meet someone, you believe that will happen. If you want a certain job, you believe that will happen. Visualize it, meditate, pray on it, because the mind is super powerful, meaning that thoughts are very much real and can create things. What does that mean? It's mean that if you hear voice in your home, or you hear electric or phone ringing for no reason, think positive. Do not go right away to the Hollywood movie that there is a demon in your house, because the reality is that indeed there are bad negative entities. Of course, there's all kind of negative entities out there, but if you are the average human being, you don't even have to be super spiritual or open. If you're a good human being, meaning you're just trying to do your best, even with mistakes you did in the past here and there is not possibly a way that you will attract to yourself a demon. It doesn't work like that, because specifically the concept of your beautiful guardian angel that protect your auric field, your guide, your archangels that are very, very powerful, and no demon, no negative energy can penetrate that shield. So, however, if you too focus on that, if you know, a lot of people that they hear, sounds in their home, get Ouija boards. A Ouija board, okay? Depends. If your mind specifically focuses on something, on negative energy, or want to create something of Hollywood, then indeed you will create what you project. Now, mind you, as we discussed, indeed we have protection, but we also have free will, which why it is important for me here to present the rules. And the rules are that in spirituality, you always think positive, you always think the best. If you hear voices in your home, specifically anything that got manipulated by electric, as I said, the fan, or the flick of a light bulb, or phone calls, those are absolutely loving, beautiful spirits, probably most likely departed loved one that try to get your attention. So what you want to do to find out who it is, you just ask who it is, and they will contact you through your intuitive feelings, which is the system in which they communicate with us. So listen to it is, and you feel, oh, okay, that's my brother or my sister, then that's what it is. Acknowledge them. So you want to embrace positive, or rather invoke positive spirits, positive energies. If it's freaked you out, which like I say, a lot of people, it does freak them out. Now I'm kind of used to spirits, of course, but at the beginning it's freaked me out, specifically when I got more and more open and spirit were more and more desperate to get a hold of me. Then what you do is you meditate, or you pray, or you kind of embrace yourself with the light, connect, call on the angels. The angelic kingdom in general are very much soothing to our energy on planet Earth. So again, and try to rise above any negativity, any fear of your mind. The thing about fear is that spirits are very much sensitive to our fear. Human being fear here on planet Earth, of course, since we do not have fear in the spirit world, because fear is our number one task to rise above, among other tasks, of course, that we're supposed to achieve here on planet Earth. We're supposed to get to a point where we know that there is no fear but fear itself, which is a very much wise and a spiritual concept. So when we are afraid from noises or anything of paranormal noise or visions, when we express fear, spirits, good spirits, that all we have around us, will indeed back off. They will not contact us as much because they're sensitive to our fear. So before you tell them, oh, stop doing any noises, I'm really afraid, I'm freaked out and nervous about my kids, perhaps first educate yourself a little bit more, grow a little bit more spiritually. They would soothe your energy and kind of try to listen to spiritual teachers such as myself, as well as many other spirits, to explain to you that although there are negative entities out there in the universe, of course, specifically around planet Earth energy, planet Earth realm, which is already dense. So indeed, a lot of negative entities get attracted to that. But you yourself, if you a human being that have a soul within you, of course, and a good human being, decent human being, certainly want to climb up and be even more human being, then there is no way technically that you will attract any of those negative energy. It's like mixing oil and vinegar. It does not work. So when you pray, when you're a good, decent person, I mean, a lot of people say, but you know, Miki, I made mistakes. Of course we made mistakes. That's why we are here. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you can attract to yourself negative entities. If you are nasty, bad, earn your living by cheating others, not nice, harming other human being, get involved in any kind of negative behaviors, drugs also, addiction can indeed also invoke negative entity. So the rule of spirituality, as you've heard me talk before, is that we get what we project, and we build our life, we build our friends, we build the people around us, as well as the energies are around us. And if you are the more spiritual you are become, the more love, out of love your life is based, then of course embrace any paranormal activities that you detect in your life in any way, shape or form. It is only good. And as for your kids, I mean, obviously I understand that parents can be fearful, because I get parents that call me to their home, and I go to the home, and it's just fantastic beings that actually play with the kids, play with the babies. There are a lot of specifically angels that kind of do faces to little kids and make them lift up if their parents go out. I mean, it's all good and it's all love. So please do not feed anything of that Hollywood. It's just a movies. And remember, there are a lot of cameras there, and the actors probably laughing and joking in between sets or films, whatever you call it. So this is completely have anything to do with reality. Having said that, keep in mind about there's indeed negative entity. So keep your energy vibrant in a high frequency, meaning original to your life, out of your soul, out of love. And then any paranormal activity that you have, embrace it. It's good. Don't be fearful. It's lovely. I mean, ask who it is. If you don't get an answer at who it is, it doesn't matter who it is, but it cannot be bad. So I hope that kind of put the paranormal activity into facts. And now you can go and enjoy the movie, of course, but as long as you keep the facts straight as to the spiritual truth about any noises in your home, or if you think your house is haunted, of course it doesn't go like that, because if it's happened to be that there is a spirit stuck in the house, that spirit also have its own spirit guides that help them cross over to the light. So be certain that in your home there is nothing but a positivity and goodness. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoy this quick information about that paranormal activity concept, and have a fantastic week upcoming and weekend, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.